For example, if I give you a word like this one, okay, and I want you to read it. Hmm. Who can read it?
And anxious,
Anxious. Okay. What about
anxious,
huh?
anxious,
Anxious. Very
anxious.
good. Excellent. So when I read this one, although there's A and N and X and I, O, U and S, I will not say anxious. No, I will say anxious. Anxious. And you will feel when I read it or when I say it with my mouth, you will feel that there's the sound of G. يعني it will be like this. Anxious. You will feel the words like this. You will feel there's sha and there's ga when I say anxious, anxious. But when I come to write it, it will be like this: Anxious. There's no sha and there is no ga. طيب, why is this sound come from and where does it come from? Because we are going to talk about that in spelling. It's all about the spelling and of the sound, not about the writing. It's all about the sound. If you hear something, it's not necessarily that you are going to write it. That's why we are going to learn spelling and we are going to learn the dictation and we are going to learn the writing, because there's totally different thing between the pronunciation and between the writing in English. It's not like our language. In our language, every word we pronounce, we have to write. But in English is different. You will pronounce something and you will write something totally different from the thing that you pronounce. And that's why I'm saying to you, using just enough letters, it means that you don't have to write the sounds that we are saying. We are using just only enough letters to let you know that this word is different from what you say. Yani you will not say anxious like this. No, you will write it Anxiou and S. Another example is, for example, when I give you this word, who can read it?
Um, algebra.
Algebra. Yes, the word is algebra. But maybe somebody would come and say, طب يا miss, this thing is G. And we pronounce the G like a strong G or or big G. We can say ga, ga. Why would we wouldn't say
Algebra.
algebra? Algebra, for example. And why this word aslan is like this? It sounds like it's not English. Yes, because the source and the root of this word comes from Arabic. الجبر, علم الجبر in Arabic. Why طيب يا miss? Because أصلا this science or this study, it wasn't in the Western world. يعني the Western world, they took it from the Arabian countries and from our countries and from our scientists. That's why we are telling you, if you go for history, you will find أصلا that during the 70s, 1600 and 1700 and also 1050, all of these years, the Western world was in a big, big darkness. They call it darkness age of Europe. They call it, their scientists call it like this: darkness ages of Western world. Why? Because at that time, all the people in Europe, they were so, what you call it, so retreated. They didn't know anything about knowledge, about science, about study. They didn't enter schools at that time. There was no schools aslan in Europe. The people, they didn't have no knowledge about anything. And the countries that they have all the knowledge in the church. And they don't give this knowledge for people. And the kings and the queens who ruled those places, they were ruling people by fear, by saying for them, we are the queen of this country or the king of this country, and we take the power from God because God loves us more than you. That's why he made us a king. Okay? And the people follow. Why? Because this king, he has the church with him. The church is the people that they go in a church. Like we have sheikh, they have something they call priests in church. طيب, those priests, they are working with the government. So the government would pay these priests to tell people, fear the king. He is the king of God. If you don't fear him and if you don't follow what he say, you will go to hell. You will die. And the women could not go to schools. Women are only for houses. You are not allowed to go out and you are not allowed to study. If you study, then Allah will hate you and God will hate you and you will go for hell. Imagine, this is how the thinking that was spread at that time. And they stayed in this thinking for more than 500 years with this stupidity and with this ignorance until some of the people came to Arabian world like Syria, Lebanon, Jordan, and they learned from Arab. Al-Arab at that time, they were the most sophisticated and intelligent people on earth at that time, in this time. Why? Because we have a lot of schools, universities, we had a lot of scientists, and one of these scientists that we had was one is very important, his name Al-Khawarizmi. And this Al-Khawarizmi, he was the person who invented what? Who invented a lot of things in mathematics, included algebra, algebra science, علم الجبر. So when those people come to Arabian countries, they found all of this knowledge. One of them was algebra. So they took the same word, and they put it for their dictionary in America, and they call it what? Algebra. That's why you will have some words that they have different roots. Also, the word zero. Zero, it comes from the word صفر. It's also a word comes from the root word in Arabic, which is صفر. And who was the person who invented that? Again, Al-Khawarizmi. He was the first person to invented the zero. No people before that used zero aslan. Nobody used it before. Until Khawarizmi came and he said, we need another number that give you a value of nothing. I will call it zero. Okay? And this one, علم الجبر في الرياضيات. Okay? So it's good to have knowledge about everything, and these are most of the knowledge that you didn't know about English. English and language is very fun when you understand it because it will give you glance about a lot of other science and a lot of other things in history. طيب, that's why you will have some of the words that their pronunciation is different from the thing that you write. One of these words also is okay. Who can read this word?
Souvenir.
Souvenir. Excellent. And this word comes from the French root souvenir. Souvenir, it means something that you buy it for people when you go for a country or for you go for a trip and you want to bring a memory or something for people to as a gift. You will give them a souvenir. Souvenir. If you write it and if I pronounce it, you would think that souvenir is written like this. You would think that is S and sou, then o, and souvu, then another o, near. You would think that it's written like this. But when I come to write it, you will find that there is no o, there's no double o. No, I write it as o, u, and then v, and here there's no o aslan, there is e. But I call it like o. That's why this one right here, e, I will call it schwa. يعني الإي sometimes it will give you the sound E and sometimes it comes as a different vowel. Here it comes as a O. Then that's why I will call it schwa, schwa sound. So souvenir, souvenir. You will think there is O, there is no O. And then E, you will think E, but it's I-E. Okay, so that's why you have to understand and to read the words and to practice writing them more than once so it can stuck in your mind to not make spelling mistakes. Okay, one of the thing that I want you to majorly practice on it, my girls, is the pronunciation, because a lot of you, they have pronunciation mistakes when they write or spelling mistakes when they write. Yani try to write as much as you can, so every time you write you will understand where's your mistakes and you can fix them. If you don't write, you will not learn. Okay, so whenever we have words, try after we finish the lesson, if you have enough time during the day, take these words and try to write it more than once so you can memorize them and you can expand your knowledge. And in the future, you will never have spelling mistakes with them. So you will be academically better than other people. Okay, my girls?
Yes.
Okay, now I want you to go to the page 204 in your notebooks. We have these words that we are going to learn. But before that, let's go to the words together and understand the meaning of each one of them.
Miss Page what?
204, 204. Okay, the first word we have is
Nuclear.
nuclear. Nuclear.
Nuclear.
Nuclear.
Okay,
Deadly.
what does it mean, nuclear? Nuclear, it means energy stored in the nucleus of an atom. Nuclear, which means nawawi. No, nuclear, which is an-nawah. This is, you have it in science. And if you study, inshallah, when you grow up, if you study science or chemistry, you will understand more about those little atoms right here and what they cause. It's a really nice knowledge. Okay, nuclear. So the first word we
Nuclear.
have is nuclear. And
Nuclear.
then we have helicopter.
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 Helicopter. What does it mean? Helicopter is an aircraft without wings, يعني it doesn't have wings from here or here like the regular airplane, that obtains its lift from the rotation of the overhead blades. So how this things fly, not with wings, but it has blades upper of it that rotate until it gives power to lift the helicopter out of the ground and to make it fly in the air, subhanallah. Okay, then we have anxious.
Anxious.
What does it mean? It means if you are worried,
Worry.
concerned about something. I'm very anxious about the exam. I'm very anxious to go out of the rain. So,
Every day anxious.
type appreciate.
To be thankful.
Appreciate. Read it with me, my girls. Appreciate.
Great.
Appreciate.
When you hear it, you would think that there is sh sound, but again, there's
Yeah.
no sh because C and
Appreciate.
after it is I and A, we call it sh. So appreciate.
Appreciate.
What does it mean? Appreciate is to be thankful for something. Like, for example, you give me a gift or something, and I will come to you, I will say, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, which means that I thank you from my heart. Then we have plastic. Plastic able to be shaped or formed, easily influenced. This is plastic. It's less hard than the metal. Then we have familiar. Oh, I saw that girl, but her face is so familiar to me. I think I saw her somewhere, but I can't remember where. So,
Oh.
familiar, it means what? It means that you know this person or easily recognized. Like you see her, but you remember that you saw her where? Wallahi, I saw this girl. Where I saw her? School? No. Mall? No. Relative? No. Ah, she's the friend of my friend. I saw her once. That's why I can remember her. She's familiar to me. So, familiar, it means that you know her. Then we have the word that athletic.
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 Athletic. What is athletic? Is physically strong, fit, and active. Whoa, this person is athletic. Why? Because he has a lot of muscles and he is physically strong. Like you see him from a distance and you can figure out that this person plays a sport so much. He has so much muscles and he is physically fit and strong. So he is athletic, riyadi, like this girl. Okay, and then we have escape. Escape.
To run away or
Yes, escape, to take a path away, to leave, to get free, to run away. All of these things, it's called escape. Then we have apologize. Apologize. You would think that,
Apologize.
you would think when I say apologize that there is S at the end, but no, there is Z, but I don't say apologize. No, I say apologize. Okay, like this. So, what does it mean apologize? To me, I'm sorry about something. Then we have Washington. Washington. Read it with me. Washington.
Washington.
So when you read this word, you would think like, طيب, why we put G? Why we didn't say Washington? Some people pronounce it Washington. No, no, this one is silent. Yani I don't pronounce it. So it would be Washington. Washington.
Washington.
So Washington is what? It's the capital city of America, United States of America. Their capital city is Washington. They call it Washington, D.C. This is Washington. It's in the north of America, a state of the northwestern United States of America. And then we have pastime. Pastime. What does it mean, pastime? Something done
Oh,
to pass the time pleasantly, a hobby or from a recreation. So pastime, it means that, for example, I want to pass the time by cooking. I'm so bored. I want to pass the time by reading. I'm so bored and I don't want to feel the time. So I will pass my time with just doing some exercise or doing something activity to make me feel happy and to pass the time with it. Okay? Call it past time.
time.
Past time, like compound word.
Pastime.
Hmm. And then we have exquisite. Exquisite.
Exquisite.
Exquisite. What does it mean, exquisite? Oh, this butterfly is very exquisite, which means extremely wonderful or beautiful and typically and delicate. Exquisite, yani it means super, super beautiful. Exquisite. Exquisite. There's no Z, there is S. So that's why you have to know the written word. Then we have lantern. Lantern, it means what? Light in a transparent protective vase. Fanus, we call it lantern. Fulfill. Fulfill, it means to accomplish or complete something totally. Yani, for example, girls, you wrote for me, I want you to write essay. And then you wrote for me a paragraph, but you didn't complete. So I said to you, you have to fulfill your duty by writing the whole essay. So fulfill is mean to complete it fully and to write for me 5 paragraphs, not one. So fulfill,
I
which
wrote
means complete.
biography
Yeah,
What?
Miss, I want to tell you
about
something.
Albert
I wrote the
Einstein.
paragraph of
You are
the.
talking together again, and I can't understand you both. One by one, please. You
I
agree which
wrote
one to talk first.
Okay, Malaxi.
Okay, Malakil.
I wrote for the biography for Albert Einstein.
Okay, but I told you to send it for me. I didn't see anything from you guys.
Yeah, Miss, I sent
Yeah,
for
I
not Einstein. I sent for. I sent you the paragraph that you want information about a person.
Information about a person. طيب, what about the biography about Albert Einstein? You didn't write it?
Miss, I will write it today. Okay.
So yeah,
Miss, I didn't send it still, but I have it here.
I know because I checked just before the class. Nobody sent me. Not from you
Miss,
and
I
not from
sent
grade 5.
something.
So I want you please, if you have writing, my girls, it's very important, wallahi, to write. Because if you have all the knowledge on the word in your mind, but you don't write it, it will be gone after a while. So you have to practice writing every time that you have a time. Just sit and write a little bit. That can improve your knowledge very much. And if you write, خلاص, it will stuck in your mind. You will have the knowledge there whenever you go for grade 7 or 6, because maybe in grade 7 or 8 or 9 you will not have a teacher that care that much. Maybe some of the teachers you will not يعني be most of the time you will not be lucky with teachers, and some of the teachers they don't give that much of knowledge, by the way. So if you don't have knowledge in your mind from before and you create yourself in a good way, then you can't build on that. You will be lost after a while. So please write with me. Whenever I tell you write and I give you a paper, a worksheet, complete it and do it for me, send it back for me. Because for me, wallahi, there's no benefit for me, you know? خلاص, I passed the university, now I teach, I have my job. I don't need this knowledge, but it's for you. You are the one who needs it. That's why I'm give it to you, because I know how it's important to write, and I know how important to work your mind, to let it think and have imagination and think about something and write it, because that will enhance your knowledge in a big way. And even if when I was in your age, I wished if I have a teacher to taught me this way. There's nobody. I started aslan to study English at grade 7. I started to read English and to start to study English because at that time we wasn't lucky like you, my girls. We didn't have English since a young age. So you are so lucky. So please take advantage of that. Okay? Whenever I give you something to write it, send it back for me and write it back for me. And if you have any mistake, I will correct you for that.
I wrote it, miss, but I still didn't send it.
So send it today. Then we have the word souvenir. Souvenir. This word comes from French root, souvenir. In French, they call it souvenir because they pronounce the R as
The
R.
R as well.
Yeah, souvenir. Okay, souvenir, it means thing that is kept as a reminder of a person, place, or event. For example, you went for Egypt and you brought from there a pyramid. A pyramid that you bring is what? Is a souvenir. Why? Because it reminds you about Egypt. So souvenir is something you bring from other country as a gift or to remind you about that country. Tragedy. Wow. That thing that happened yesterday with that girl was really tragedy. What does it mean, tragedy? It means like a play dealing with the tragic events and having an unhappy ending, especially one concerning the downfall of the main character. Tragedy, it means that something very sad that you didn't imagine happened. We call it a tragedy. And then we have sherbet. Sherbet is related to the ice and to the frozen. So what does it mean? It means flavored dessert ice. I prefer raspberry sherbet to ice cream since it is less fattening. Okay, so sherbet, it means icy or frozen. Then we have algebra. Algebra, a mathematical language of symbolic and including variables. This is algebra. It's a special language in in mathematics. Then we have icicles.
Icicles.
Icicles. Icicles are little shapes of ice. When the ice comes together and make little shapes, we call it icicles. Long, thin pieces of ice that hang down. This one we call it icicles. Then we have escort. Escort, to travel with or to guide or to protect a person. This person is the escort of that woman. Escort yani companion, guardian. We call him also escort. Then we have judgmental.
Yes, we don't have this word.
You don't have it. What about this one? Argumentative.
No,
No.
we only have the
Expression.
last word is court.
خلص يلا طب let's go back to your book and okay, we have these words right here. As I told you, nuclear, familiar, pastime, tragedy, helicopter, athletic, exquisite, and then sherbet, anxious, escape, lantern, algebra, appreciate, apologize, fulfill, iciclist, and then we have iciclist, and then we have plastic, Washington, souvenir, and escort. Now, I want you to write the list. What?
Page what exactly, miss?
204.
Miss, can I say number 1?
204 in the notebook. Lean, did you open it?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
يلا يا وتين. Number 1.
Okay. Write the list word that best completes each statement. Thanks. I appreciate your help.
Excellent. So I would put, I appreciate your help. Very good. So the first one right here is going to be appreciate. Okay, number 2, baseball. Hi, Aline.
Okay. Baseball in America national. Wait. Athletic.
Baseball is Americans' national athletic or Baseball is Americans' national pastime, which means if they want to pass the time, they will go to play some baseball. Okay, so number two, pastime. But number three, Aline, do number three.
Okay. Our company can all your household needs.
Our company can all your household needs. Can what?
Can uh can
So you have a lot of work in your home, but you can't complete it alone. So you need somebody to,
I know.
you need a company to. Haya, ya Malak.
Escort.
No, escort means a companion. No. I can't complete my work, so I need a company to fulfill my work. Okay. Type number four. The foul ball I caught will make a great
Athlete.
no
Souvenir.
souvenir. Excellent, ya Malak.
Souvenir.
Very good. Yes. Souvenir. Okay. And then number five. The sun is shining and the are melting.
Lantern.
No.
The sherbet.
No.
The icicles.
Yes, icicles. Very good. The icicles are melting. Icicles. طيب, and then we have number six. Will you me to the class party?
Escort.
Escort. Very good, ya Malak. Excellent job. Escort me to the party. How we made it this way? Wow, I can make it smaller. How is that? I never knew that. Aha. Now I learned. Oh. It's the first time I know that. Oh my god, that's cute. I can make the text smaller. Can you understand that? I didn't know that before. It's very nice to understand this while I'm doing that, and it's recorded. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. Okay. Okay, number seven, ya Mateen, yalla, since you are laughing for me.
The soccer players were very.
I know.
The soccer players were very.
The soccer, it means the football players. They are athletic. Very good, athletic. Excellent. I don't like this handwriting, so let's make it bigger. Okay. Yeah, now it's good. Okay, number eight. Get away from it all and your daily grind. Escape. Very good. Escape. Excellent. Number nine. The treaty limits the use of weapons. Treaty limits the use of nuclear weapon. سلاح النووي. Okay. And then we have this new wrap keeps leftovers fresh. If you have leftovers, where do you put it? In a wooden box or a plastic box? Plastic. Excellent. طيب. Now, you will have, these words are similar to one of the words in here. Like if I have geometry and calculus, those studies are
Algebra.
Algebra. Very good. So, algebra. Number 11, airplane or jet is similar to what? Helicopter. Okay, and then ice cream, frozen yogurt. Sherbet, very good. And then we have worried and nervous.
Anxious.
Very good. And we have disaster or crisis.
Disaster or
tragedy. And then we have well-known or usual friends. Well known for me.
Familiar.
Familiar. Very good, Yalin. And then we have, lamp or flashlight.
Lantern.
Lantern.
Lantern. Excellent. Lantern. And then number 18, California and Oregon.
Washington.
Washington.
Washington. Very good. And this with capital letter because it is a proper name. And then we have beautiful or marvelous. Exquisite.
Exquisite.
Exquisite. Exquisite. So divide it into little syllable. Exquisite.
Exquisite.
Very good.
Exquisite.
Exquisite. Excellent.
Ex-
Exquisite. And then number 20. Make
Apologize.
amends, express regret is apologize. Very good. So was it easy busy?
Yeah.
Lemon squeeze.
Yes, this is the spirit. Lemon squeezy. When you're done, tell me so we can close and have like 2 minutes of a break
Yes,
and come back.
I'm done.
done.
Okay.
I'm done.
All of you done?
I'm done. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are super, my girls. Thank you so much for being so fast with me. And mashallah, you understand very fast. I love you all. And I see you in 2 minutes break. Okay?
Okay.
One.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.